Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Flat Broke Outdoors. We are still in Texas, and this is another trip to Goose Island State Park. I didn't plan on coming back here, but this camping trip was a kind of a last minute thing for me. And when you do things last minute in Texas, since the weather is typically really good and they have nothing but paid campgrounds, you struggle getting a reservation. So this one popped up, so here I am. We're gonna make the best of it. It looks pretty secluded, I mean, in the camera, but 50 feet that way, there's some folks, and 100 feet that way, there's some more folks, and I don't know how many feet it is that way to some more people, but we're gonna make the best of it. They're calling for rain. I don't know, your guess is about as good as the weatherman's. So I don't know if it will or it won't, but we do have the gear top tarp I'm going to put up, and then we'll get everything set up. So if you watched my last video, I think I told you all about the tent I had bought from Amazon. It was a nature hike, and they had sent it used. It was soaking wet and filthy, muddy, funky, so I cleaned it up. And I had sent several text messages to, well, I first started with Amazon, and they directed me directly to Nature Hike. So about, I guess, about a week after I had sent them 5 or 6 emails, and they finally got back to me, and they promptly sent me another brand new one. I mean, it was pretty much next day. So I don't believe it was Nature's Hike fault in any way, other than their slow response. But big companies are probably busy, whatever. But they swiftly made it. They made it right. So I've got nothing bad to say about Nature Hike at all. I'm assuming it all comes down to whoever bagged that thing up at the Amazon warehouse and sent it to me. I'm guessing it's their fault. So I'm not mad. They made it right, and they didn't ask for the other tent back. So I cleaned it up really well. It doesn't have any kind of foul odor or anything. So I essentially have 2 tents. So anyway, I've got a lot of setting up to do if it plans on raining. So I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. We finally got everything set up. Got the big top up. I don't know if y'all, in a minute I'll give y'all quite the overview of the camp, but man, this tarp is so much bigger than my Roadhouse tarp, which in a spot like this, it works out pretty well. But where I normally camp in the woods, you might not have an opening big enough for this thing to stretch out. But for where I am, it's working good, and it's supposed to rain. Well, it's already been, raining a little bit since I've been here. So who knows how that's going to turn out? But for now, I mean, it's a uh, good alternative for me not having my other one. But man, this is some real estate here. I did have all of this set up towards that end, and when it started raining, the wind was blowing it under and getting all my stuff. So I moved it over here where it should work out just fine with that going down like that. The rain should not blow in on this stuff. So I've got my refrigerator and one of my power stations out here because there just ain't much real estate in that Jeep. So around here, there's not really a lot of area where you put your tent that isn't a low spot. If it rains, the low spot's liable to fill up with water. So I may not put the tent up at all. I might just sleep in the back of the Jeep, because these spots, I'm guessing, are designed for probably RVs of some kind. They don't, I mean, if it was going to be dry, you can set your tent up about anywhere, but I can't depend on it being dry. So, and this side does have electric and water right over there. So that's handy. So I won't have any trouble keeping my power stations charged, because obviously with the threat of rain on the 2 days I'm going to be here, may not be a good way to keep my power stations charged. let me tell y'all what I did do the other night. Over where our camper is, we've got our screened in easy up set up there. So I keep this set up out there. And what the cornbread? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to pretend like I didn't let y'all see that. Y'all see what I did? I don't feel any smarter for doing that. I had this thing just resting on top of this old coffee cup. And that old coffee cup still had the lid on it. Whew, Lord. Can't take me anywhere. But anyway, what I'm about to tell y'all is even dumber than that. So what happened was, I cooked my supper on that griddle out there in the big top, and everything. I normally just leave the burner on, keep everything hot till I get everything all plated up. So I did that, and the weather was a little bit nasty. It was kind of cool out, so I wasn't going to sit out there and eat. So I scooped all that stuff onto my plate and went on inside. And what I did do is leave the burner underneath that griddle burning on low. I could have burned up, who knows what. But I went back out there the next morning about, I don't know, it's probably about 4:30 to make coffee. And it was cool out. I had a hoodie on. But when I walked in there, I could immediately feel a little bit of heat. I'm like, what in the world? This big top's kind of holding some heat in here. And when I sat down in my chair, there's two little splits in the front of this grill so you can look in there at the flame. And when I sat down, I was eye level with it, and I saw it burning. I thought to myself, man, whew, I have got some cognitive decline like you wouldn't believe. Now that's something, I wouldn't figure I'd ever do, but I did. I left that thing burning. I felt simple, but I have not done it since. But where I was going with that story is the doggone igniter on this thing has not worked since. So I don't know, some of the wiring under there got hot, because there's a wire runs from that switch to the little things on each burner. So I don't know if that doggone thing done got too hot, burn up. I'm probably gonna have to replace it. And I had every intention of ordering a new igniter from the Giddy Up, just so I got one with me, because now to light that burner side, you got to pull the griddle off, light it, and then put it back on, which, that's a 2-second job, but still, it's a lot easier just to reach over and hit that switch. So I don't feel real smart about that. And I told my wife about it. She was like, what in the world? Oh my God. I was like, well, that's the same thing I said. But, it ain't the dumbest thing I've ever done, but it's the dumbest thing I've done lately. Dumber than me trying to do me a pour over with the lid still on my cup. Well, that was real dumb too. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell y'all about that deal where I left that thing burning. But it burned for, I don't know, it was probably about 6:30 or 7 when I got done cooking, and it burned till 4 in the morning or whatever, 4:30, whatever time I went out there. And it didn't do any damage to the grill surface at all. I thought, man, that thing's gonna be ruined. But it didn't do any damage to it. He, surprised me. But anyway, I'm gonna get this coffee pour over done and give y'all a quick spin around the camp, and then we'll think about what we're gonna have for supper. So here's the camp. We got this nice concrete level pad with a picnic table, and then some trails that go off to the next campsites on down the way. The bathroom, if you got to, if you have an emergency, you're probably gonna have it right there with you, because the bathroom is quite a little hike from here. But anyway, we got us a fire pit, and we got this little store-bought wood, unfortunately, but if it don't rain us out, we're gonna have a fire tonight. We got some nice trees around here. You know, it's to me, this is about as close as I've been to how I like to camp for a long time. There is a little garbage around here. There's somebody left me some orange peels in the fire pit, but I just burned them up later. But over here, up in these bushes, all kind of old pieces of paper towel and some other stuff in there. And I ain't trying to drag my carcass up through all that thick stuff to get it out. So I'm going to leave that up to Ranger Rick and the boys to deal with. But anyway, then we pan on around here. Y'all can see the big top there. See how wide that thing is? That's pretty cool. I like that. But anyway, then I got all my lights up here, over there, and right there. So we're ready. And like I said, this site does have water and electricity in that box, so we're pretty good. But you know, the next folks, they're just right there through them woods. I mean, 10 feet probably through that little thicket. And that's the next folks. And then over here, this way, we ain't real close to the next people. But if we come on around here past this little bit of a thicket, just a few steps, and then you end up at the road, and there's the next spot, and the next spot, and pretty high traffic area, honestly. I hear a car coming now. But anyway, this is what we're going to do for a couple of days, and we're going to enjoy it whether we like it or not. Anyway, that's enough for that. I'll bring y'all back when it's time to get some groceries rolling around here. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's just about time to get some supper started here. So here's what we're working with: some Southwest chicken breast poppers. So basically, chicken breast stuffed with jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon. So that's what we're gonna put on the griddle. And then over here on the side burner, we're gonna do some jalapeno bacon pinto beans. So that's gonna be supper tonight. I've had this grill heating up for just a minute. See if I can do this without messing up. So we'll put him there, and him right there. Let me dispose of my trash. So I really haven't been up to much of nothing. It's been raining off and on for a little bit. It hadn't been a super downpour or anything. It hasn't been so bad, but you know, that's what we got to deal with. That's what we got to deal with. Man, those beans taste pretty good even cold. Y'all see what I've been reduced to since I didn't turn my grill off like I was supposed to. So hope y'all learned a lesson from my mistake. Anyway, like I said, I ain't been up to much. I was just catching up on some YouTube videos. Larry from Work Less, Enjoy Life More just released a video from Quartzsite, so I'll catch up and see what old Larry's up to. I like his channel. I enjoy it. Just real laid back content. So if y'all are into camping videos, which you must be since you're watching mine, go over and check Larry out. Work less, enjoy life more. What a concept. Anyway, so we got our beans on now. Turn that fire down just a little bit. And we got our chicken going. So I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. Boy, I tell you what, that supper turned out something good, boy. It was real good. And then it started raining, and then it let up, and then it rained a little more. But I finally did get my fire going good, even though my wood was wet. Got that going, and then my son called me, and I talked to him for a while. And then I stoked my fire back up again. So I guess, I don't know, it's probably 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere in there. Ain't really been up to much, just fiddling with this fire and jabbering on the phone. At any rate, I'm probably going to sit around this fire for a while, unless it starts raining again. And then I might retire and watch a movie. But anyway, I guess I will see y'all in the morning for breakfast. Hey, good morning, camping enthusiasts. It is time for our first cup of coffee. I don't know if y'all can see that very good or not, because some blockhead's standing right in front of the light. Give me a minute, my light now tried to give me the slip. There we go. So we're gonna hit this first pour over of the morning. I took a little walk down to the bathroom this morning when I woke up, and it was dark. You know, it was all the way nighttime out here. And when I was in there, I heard it start, man, it come a downpour. I was like, oh man, that's the kind of luck I got right there. So when I come out, man, it was raining pitchforks and hammer handles. So I sat out. It's about, I don't know, probably 100 yards around a few curves and stuff. But man, by the time I got back here, I was soaking wet. But lucky for me, it is not cold. It is, man, it's about just right, I guess. I don't know. It's probably somewhere in the mid to high 60s right now. It's warm or warmer with a little bit of a breeze, but not, you know, it ain't terrible, really. It could be a lot worse. But I was thinking to myself, man, if I can get back there and get me that first cup of coffee going. And then when we get just a little more daylight, we'll get some breakfast fired up. I don't know if I told y'all or not. Last night, we're going to do biscuits and gravy this morning. I'm going to cook some biscuits right here on this flat top grill. I'll probably make the gravy in this little guy right here. But anyway, it should be good. It is a packaged gravy, which is something I've never done camping. I've never made a packaged gravy. I always make my gravy from scratch. But since I don't have all my finer camping stuff with my kitchen box that's got flour and all the stuff I need, I found a packaged white gravy that I had never seen before. My wife spotted it, actually. I walked right past it. But it is roasted jalapeno gravy. So that's what we're having this morning. We're going to have us some roasted jalapeno biscuits and gravy. And some hash browns. And some bacon. all the finer things that you like to have when you're camping. But anyway, I'm gonna get this cup of coffee finished up, and then we'll get started on that breakfast. We're getting ready to put these biscuits on. See what kind of mess we can get into with these. I haven't cooked biscuits on this particular flat top yet, but I have cooked mini biscuits on a skillet or whatever I had handy. So we're gonna try to figure this deal out. So we're gonna try to get it in between the two flame things to keep from messing up. We're gonna hope this works out for the best. All right, we got our biscuits laid out there. We're gonna put the little dome on them here. And I'll let y'all know how it works out. All right, y'all, let's get a look at these biscuits and see how they're doing over here. What y'all think about that? This Blackstone dome is the key to success in biscuit cooking on your Blackstone. All right, as soon as we get these biscuits out of the way, I'll go ahead and do everything else. Just because, it's easier to warm up biscuits with some gravy than it is to warm up some gravy with some hot biscuits. So anyway, that's what we're doing this go round. We're getting ready to put these biscuits and gravy together. So here's one of the biscuits that came off there. I'm just going to bust that bad boy up a little bit. I can probably do one more, I imagine. All right, let's see. Let's get us some hash browns on there. So we can do this without making a huge mess. Come here, you. All right, let's get some chicken eggs up there. And let's do a little bacon in there. All right, got our gravy over here. It's a little bit lumpy, but it could be worse, I guess. Well, I'm just making a mess going and coming. This gravy did not come with sausage in it, but I cooked a couple of pieces and cut them up, put in there, just to make the experience a little better. I don't expect much coming out of a package anyway, but if I can do a little something to help it out, I will. All right. So got that. It makes quite a lot of gravy. It's probably enough for 2 or 3 people in there. Put the lid on that. Let me slide this remaining bacon in there with the biscuits. All right, kids, I'm gonna sit down to this. I'll let y'all know how it turns out. Hey, y'all, welcome back. It is the middle of the afternoon, and I have not done one good thing all day. I watched one movie and read some in an old Louis L'Amour book, which is good. The weather, it hadn't been raining any. It's cloudy, which, I don't know, I guess when it's cloudy, it's keeping that Texas sun off of you. But anyhow, sitting around here, thought, man, I would do well with a cup of coffee right now. It's probably a couple hours before time to cook supper, so no rush there. But thought I'd make me a pour over right quick and bring y'all up to speed on the amount of lazy I've been being today. So anyway, there you have it. I'll get back with y'all when it gets a little more exciting. Hey everybody, welcome back. I cooked a little supper a little while ago. I had when I was on my way out here, I stopped at the grocery store to get a few things. I was passing by the meat department and I saw this pack of ribeye there. So I mean, it looked good from the top. I just reached down and got it, threw it in the buggy. I didn't think no more about it. Threw it in the refrigerator. Got out here. I got it out to cook it just a little while ago, and that thing was about as thick as a piece of bologna. There was two of them in the package. I wondered why they were so cheap. I just didn't notice it when I picked it up. I didn't like give it the whole thing the once over. Man, that thing was, I've never seen a ribeye cut that thin. Whew. Wow. So anyway, I had that ribeye and I made some 4 cheese rice, and that was supper. So it wasn't bad. It tasted good. Thinnest ribeye I'd ever seen, but it tasted pretty good. So anyway, so when I got done with all that, I thought I'll build a fire. Well, doggone wood's so wet, can't hardly get it to burn. It not only is it wet from the rain, but they package it in these plastic bags and they just hold moisture in there, so the the wood's just wet. I had the same problem last night when I had a fire too, but daggone, it's putting off just enough heavy smoke to give you a migraine headache, I think. Goodness gracious. But anyway, all in all, other than it's a little bit breezy, it's a pretty nice night. There ain't really any clouds in the sky now. We've been threatening rain and sprinkling uh, all day, on and off, but hasn't been too bad. It's enjoyable. I think we're gonna get out of here tomorrow after breakfast. Get all this stuff packed up. I I think you got to be out of here by noon, so I may actually have to cook breakfast when I get up, which is dark. I got plenty of lights to cook by and film by. But, so that's probably what we'll have to do. I hope it don't rain tonight. That way all this stuff won't be, well, even if it don't rain, there's going to be a heavy dew because there always is. So be dealing with that, but no bother. Other than that, it's been really quiet. I watched a little Clint Eastwood movie earlier and read my book some. Just really been enjoying the quiet time. It's couldn't really ask for better weather in the middle of February for sure, or I guess it's just the beginning of February. But anyway, for February, it's really nice no matter where you're at here. But anyhow, I guess I'm gonna sit around this fire for a while and probably retire and watch another movie before too long. I guess I'll probably sit here till that smolders out. I don't think I'll add any more wet wood to it. But anyhow, I guess I'll see y'all in the morning. Hey everybody, welcome back. About time y'all got up. I could have used a little help with this breakfast. So I hate to even tell y'all this, but I was I had got everything. I cooked the biscuits. They're under those plates right there. And I got all this on, and I've been listening to an audio book, and I wasn't really paying much attention to what was going on. But I done sat here about, I don't know, at least 15 minutes, and it wasn't hardly nothing sizzling anymore that I noticed. So I got to check it. My doggone gas bottle had ran out. So that was a little embarrassing. But anyway, I got a new gas bottle on it now. We're gonna get some stuff done. But anyway, I got to get this breakfast cooked up and pack all this stuff up. Hopefully it ain't gonna rain again. It's already rained a few times this morning. You can see it in the tarp, but hopefully we got that out of our system. And I can get all this stuff packed up because I got to be out of here before noon. So time is, I mean, we got plenty of time, but I don't like to rush. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. Get this packed up, clean this campsite up for the next folks, because I'm sure there's somebody chomping at the bit to get in here. But it's been an enjoyable trip for sure. Been real super quiet. Uh, I'm far enough away from the water this time. Those loud boats didn't keep me up all through the night, which was good. The weather has been fair. It's been tolerably warm, and the rain hadn't really amounted that much other than wetting up my firewood. But anyway, enough about that. I'm gonna get all of this stuff cooked up, eat a little something, and then start packing. So I'll catch up back up with y'all when breakfast is done or nearly done. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time to wrap this up. I got everything picked up, cleaned up, washed up, and ready to go. I got to get out of here. Today is my anniversary. My wife will have my hide if I don't get back pretty soon. So it's been a nice couple of days. Weather's been relatively right at that, not so warm that you're miserable, and not so cool that you're miserable. It's just been a perfect mix of weather, minus the rain. But I swear Texas has the highest humidity of any state in the union, it seems like. When I looked last night before I went to bed, I looked at the weather to see what it was going to be like today, and it's 100% humidity. I'm like, no wonder I feel like I just walked out of the shower with my clothes on. Which, speaking of walking out of a shower, I need to go walk into one right quick. So anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see y'all next time, probably somewhere in Texas.